guys, welcome to Blooms for Your Day, home of the best faux flowers for weddings, events, and DIY. So today we are working on a very fun project. We are actually making a welcome signage using our flower bunches on bloomsforyourday.com. So behind me here is our makeshift welcome sign for the sake of this video. And we will be recreating this piece here that we will place on the other side of the signage sign. So let's have some fun. So the ingredients we are using for this flower signage pieces, we are using our floral bunches, as I mentioned earlier, bloomsforyourday.com, but I will tell you guys exactly what's in it. So first, before we get to the flowers, I will show you the basic for the mechanics you need to actually make this. So the first piece is a small piece of floral foam. Remember, you have to use the one for silk flowers, not fresh flowers, because you cannot silk these. It's made for specifically for artificial flowers. So it comes in a brick. I am going to show you what it looks like in a brick. This is a brick from this is an actual brick, and as you can see, I'm using a smaller piece. So you basically cut it, I think one brick you get about 2.5 of these, but you can use it as your own discretion. You can go a little bit smaller or bigger, but this is actually what it looks like when you're purchasing it from Michael's or any floral supply store. The next thing you will definitely need are wire clippers. So these are from Stanley, and I will put a link in my description that you can purchase, where you can purchase them on Amazon. And the last thing you will need is a glue gun. So this is a mini glue gun. I have an actual bigger one, but for this video, we'll use my old, very used glue gun. And glue sticks. My favorite glue sticks, I've said this before, if you haven't seen it in my previous videos, I love using Gorilla glue sticks. I think they work amazing and they don't move. I actually use them to place it on the signage, and I made this last night, and as you can see, it's still hanging and it looks great. So we're moving on to the flowers, and the first thing we're using from bloomsforyourday.com is our eucalyptus bunch. Basically has 3 stems, 3 different ones, which we'll cut and have a lot of fun with. We will also be using our filler flowers here. Also 3 stems we'll take apart, and you'll see how we'll use it. We have our mixed dahlia bunch in a rustic coral. I love this, it's so versatile, there's a lot you can do with it. And the last thing we use is our large peony and dahlia bunch. So let's start creating. The first thing you always do, like in any regular, if you're using fresh flowers or faux flowers, you always want to do your foliage and greenage first to give your piece its shape. So I'm going to try to match this as closely as possible, what's on here, but it's always going to vary a little bit. But again, let's have some fun with it. It should never be so serious. So I think these are a great deal, because in one bunch, look how many pieces you get. How cool is that, right? Because even if you're making like a regular centerpiece, or like bridal party flowers, they're just great as a filler in smaller pieces. They can go in basically anywhere, and it looks great. So I put these aside, and I'm gonna use them to get the shape of my piece. With faux flowers, again, hot gun. As you know, in fresh, actually maybe you don't know, but in fresh flowers, you'll soak your foam and you will stick the flowers in. And when you soak your actual foam, you should have flower food in it to make sure when you put the stem, it stays alive for 2 days, 1 day, maybe a few hours. But here, it lasts forever. Anywho, so we use our glue gun to actually keep it sturdy. So I will just put a little bit of glue here, and this angle. So you can see you already have somewhat of a shape, right? It's starting to come together. I'm gonna add this one in the middle. And I'm gonna cut these a little bit shorter so they're not competing with the one exactly next to it. It'll give it a little bit more dimension. So you can go in a little shorter. All right, so I think we have a decent amount of eucalyptus here to start playing with the filler flowers. Yeah, we'll do that. So again, filler flowers and eucalyptus are great for foundation. You add your flowers last because flowers, between the focal flowers and the smaller flowers, you just want to make sure you know where you're going to put them. And it's always best when you have the foundation, then you can see, oh, there's a hole here, a small flower here, ooh, a front focal flower here. So you always do your greenery, your foliage, and your filler flowers first for this. And again, there are a gazillion ways to do this, but the general consensus is do your foundation, cover your basics with as much foliage as possible, and then add flowers. So we will go ahead and use that. I'm gonna cut this a little shorter. One more in the middle. Now I'm gonna go for this bunch. I'm gonna open both of them and kind of see how I want to play around with the flowers. The first one, it almost feels supernatural, right? Because it's like, oh, it's like the first, it's like making a prototype, right? It's a lot of the creativity and the technicality, but repeating that prototype is a whole different process. So I think that's what I'm trying to get at, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a larger dahlia head, and I'm gonna cut a little close because I want it has to be this is a low arrangement, so you don't want it to be tall, so not too much stem. But as you can see, this flower covers a lot of surface area, so it's awesome. I'm gonna do the same with this peony. Look at that, it's coming together, right? I think this is a form of peony. I'm not sure. I think it's a peony. I think it's a type of peony. It is a type of peony, sorry. Which one? I don't know. So this is not good. Don't judge me, guys. Peonies have so many different types. So many different types. Okay, so we're gonna add more dahlias from the rustic coral mixed dahlia bunch. This bunch, I love it. It's great for a pop of color, like this kind of rust orange, terracotta, soft terracotta color is great. I think it's beautiful. And even by itself as a bunch, I feel like it could be a whole little, situation in a vase. Actually, let's see how it looks in the vase. Yeah, this is a great filler arrangement, I think, for a table. I'm gonna cut this one here. I mean, you can already see, guys, it's already pretty full. We need to cover the base, the sides, obviously, but if you can see the front, it already looks pretty good. But we still have more flowers and foliage to work with, so let's have some fun. Ooh, I love peony buds. I love them. They're so cute. I always get excited when I see these. Real or faux. I love them. Yeah, as you can see, even as is, it looks pretty good, right? Like, we can leave it as is, but we're gonna finish using the whole flower pack, the whole bunch. But this is the thing with blooms, you get a lot of blooms for your day, guys. I'm gonna add a couple more of the eucalyptus to finish off. So I feel good. I don't think we need these, so I'm gonna stop here. We have these left over. But okay, so there goes our second signage flower. And let's see how it looks. And the last step in finishing your signage flowers is basically putting it on. So I'm gonna use my glue gun, and again, using Gorilla Stick glue sticks are the best because they are very, very, very sturdy. So I'm just gonna put a generous amount here. Again, this is a mini glue gun. I have a more industrial one, but I don't think we need all of that today. So as you can see, put a generous amount, maybe half a stick on your foam. Actually good to let it cool off for like a couple of seconds before putting it on. You can actually mark where you want to put your flowers depending on how grand you want to go with this, but I didn't. I'm just going to place it and make it adjacent to that one. So here we go. Hold it in place because if you don't, it will fall. Press it down and hold it. And if you feel like you don't have enough glue, you can always go in the back and just add more. But I feel good about this. I feel like it just needs a little bit more pressing. How does it look, guys? I like it. I love this color palette. You know, I feel like for a very soft coral, almost neutral, but using a soft coral as a pop of color, if that's like your event colors, I think this could be a great accent piece in your reception or event area. So I like it. Also, you probably need to hold, I don't know, I'm weird. I always feel like those freak accidents, you know, America's Funniest Movies, like those kind of crazy things that happen. So I always want to make sure I'm kind of extra cautious about things like this, but so I hold for like 5 minutes, but you really don't have to. I think a solid 2 minutes of pressing and making sure it's steady should suffice, but you can go more. You can be more generous like I am being right now. And there you have it, guys. You have a beautiful signage, a welcome signage sign using 2 beautiful floral pieces. I think this is gorgeous. It's simple, it's elegant, but it definitely elevates your whole event. So again, whether it's a Mr. and Mrs. sign, welcome to my whatever, bridal shower, baby shower, birthdays, I think this is great. And again, the ingredients for this project are the following: 1 bunch of eucalyptus bunches, mixed dahlia bunches and rustic coral, dahlia and peony bunch in coral, and a fill of flower in coral. So again, that coral color palette is beautiful, as you can see here. And here we have 1 bunch per for each of these. The total look for this signage sign will cost about $164. So I think that's a great deal for a piece that a lot of people will take photos in front of, that can go viral on Instagram, and I think just overall a great piece for your event. So thank you so much for watching, and there might be some sirens in the background as we're filming, but ignore that. As usual, everything will be down in the description below. Everything I used today, from the flowers to the materials, and you guys can go ahead and shop and create your beautiful signage. And don't forget to send me some videos and photos of what you made at Blooms for Your Day on Instagram, and also on my personal Instagram at marie.jean.baptiste. And I will see you guys there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please subscribe, like, and share this video. I really appreciate it, guys. And until next time, bye.